All right, guys, I'm a little bit late on this video. However, I finally got around to making it, and I do want to talk about this video game legend who unfortunately passed away, known as Tomonobu Itagaki. This guy, let me just say this, I have never really played most of his games, at least not the ones he is most well known for. So that would be like Dead and Alive and the Ninja Gaiden games. I think the only time I ever played a Ninja Gaiden game, it was like Ninja Gaiden, I think it's either 2 or 3, and it was like playable at Walmart for a while there. And that was about it. And I think I only played it for maybe, I don't know, maybe like 5 minutes or so. But besides that, I have not really played that many of his games, at least not the ones he is most well renowned for. However, there is one freaking game that I absolutely loved and adored from this man that so many stupid people slept on and didn't give a chance. And that's the game you're seeing right now on the screen. That game is Devil's Third. Devil's Third was such an awesome game to play. And this man, he made it an exclusive game to the Wii U. He didn't have to do that. I mean, the Wii U was an absolute failure. It wasn't selling well. And yet this man decided to, bless us with a really cool game like that. And basically what this game was, to me at least, I felt like it was a Super Smash Brothers game, but with guns and killing and shooting, explosions and all that. Like Call of Duty, but with that bit of like Super Smash Brothers touch to it, to where it's meant to be really fun. It's meant to be very fun, different characters, different customizations to choose from. So many different weapons to choose from, melee weapons, assault rifles, shotguns, dual wielding pistols, I believe was in it as well. It was a great game. It was a freaking awesome game. And the gameplay was very unique compared to many other multiplayer games out there. People always want to act like they want something different, want something unique. And when we get it, they have some stupid thing to bitch about, like saying, well, the gameplay is not that good or whatever. The gameplay was great. Let me just say that. The game mechanics for this game were awesome. They were fun. I mean, I remember like just jumping off from rooftop to rooftop, smashing people with a sledgehammer or a pipe or something, jumping down on people. It was really cool. And then when it came to shooting guns and whatnot, you would hold the L trigger to aim, and when you did that, it would put you into like the first person perspective. So like kind of like going into first person shooter mode, but you could still shoot in third person. It was only when you hold the L trigger to aim that it would take you into the first person perspective. So that was a unique thing they did, but the melee was fun. Like the melee was good, just doing all these cool ass punches, jumping and drop kicking somebody, sliding. And I think you could like slide and pretty much take their legs out like that or something. You could slide and shoot at the same time. It was a fun ass game. And unfortunately, it was a game that didn't do well. Like I said, he didn't have to make this game for Nintendo. He didn't have to make it an exclusive, but he did. And I will always be pissed off at Nintendo for how they treated this game just like a redheaded stepchild. I'll always be pissed off at all the stupid idiots who owned a Wii U and didn't bother to buy or support this game because you had stupid fools talking trash about it. You had idiot reviewers and critics out there saying the game is bad. And the only reason they said it was bad was because it didn't have these amazing graphics. Now, this is another reason why I just don't like gamers. Gamers are all full of shit, is because they say one thing but do another. They all say, yeah, we don't care about graphics and power or whatever. We just want the games to be fun. But once again, you're given a great game like this that is very fun, and the graphics aren't even bad. Look at it. Does this look bad to you? Do the graphics look bad? No, they're not bad at all. But yet you had stupid gamers who only care about graphics. I mean, they say they don't, but you get a game like this and it's like, oh, well, the graphics aren't that impressive, and therefore I don't care to buy it. And it's like, what the fuck? Like you pretend like you care about gameplay, but you don't. This game had very unique gameplay to it, and it was very fun too. It wasn't like it was broken and the controls sucked. No, there was nothing like that at all whatsoever. This was a great game. It was a great experience. And the multiplayer was pretty much where it was at. But yeah, this is one of these games I really wish did much better. And it pisses me off till this day that we had not gotten a port of this game to the Nintendo Switch or Switch 2. They should be doing that, and I really hope after this man's death that we're going to actually get that. But I don't know. I really hope so. I think that would be awesome if Team Ninja decides to collaborate with Nintendo to bring this game back. So yeah, it's kind of it's really cool because, you know, I mean, it just goes to show you that some game developers could reach, you know, people that they've never reached before, even with a game that wasn't that popular to begin with. So, you know, this guy, he was best known for Dead and Alive. He was best known for Ninja Gaiden. And yet, this was the game that made me a fan of his, you know? Now, I still hadn't played like any of these other games that he's best well known for. I'm sure I did play Dead or Alive, Dead and Alive at one point, but for the most part, it's not like I go out of my way to get those games. But this game, I definitely went out of my way. In fact, I remember when this game was supposed to be released, Nintendo was wasn't really advertising the damn game at all. And I remember going to GameStop and like, yeah, we don't have it. And I'm like, what do you mean y'all don't fucking have it? How do you not have this damn game? And I remember just being so pissed off, like, Nintendo, you are so fucking stupid for this. Like, they give you this awesome game. They make it exclusive to your failed, dying Wii U. See, the Wii U, I think most of the reasons I hate the Wii U is not because necessarily it was a bad console. It's not necessarily that it was a piece of shit console. It's the fact that they were so stupid when it came to the marketing for it. It's like they didn't give a shit about it at all at times. Look at that right there, by the way. Look at how he just jumped down and smashed those guys. I remember doing a lot of that on multiplayer. It was fun. But yeah, I just remember like how fucking stupid their marketing was for the Wii U and how they were just always making dumbass decisions, things that didn't make any sense. I remember their Nintendo Direct in 2015 that was just dog shit. And I also hated that Direct because they didn't even promote this game. Like, we knew about this game only because of a Treehouse event, but they never decided to put this damn game on display for the actual, you know, digital event. And I was just thought, man, you guys are so freaking stupid. You had this awesome game that could appeal to so many people out there, in my opinion, and you chose to just, you know, let the game die. You chose to let the stupid critics trash the game, didn't come to its defense whatsoever, didn't highlight how fun it is. And then when the game was released, there was like, I don't know, like only 10 physical copies of this game. I don't know how many physical copies this game had, but there weren't that many because I couldn't find it at my nearest GameStop. They didn't have it. So I had to download the game to my Wii U, which I only did that for like small indie games. And I think I had to like uninstall some Wii U games because I didn't have enough storage. Yeah, that's just fucking bullshit. So I'll forever be pissed off at Nintendo for that, unless they redeem themselves by bringing this game to the Switch and Switch 2, which they freaking should. It pisses me off that they hadn't yet. They bring every other Wii U game to the Switch, but they hadn't brought this one back. And I think that's just a little horseshit. But maybe now that, you know, this legend has passed away, they can do that. But, you know, back to Itagaki, you know, this man, you know, I'm a fan of his just for this one game. And I'm sure that it's that way for a lot of video game legends. I mean, how many people love Masahiro Sakurai, and yet they've never played a single Kirby game? It's only because of Super Smash Bros., which is his most successful series. Or maybe there are people who who just love the Kirby games and they're a fan of him for just that reason alone. You know? Then there's Shigeru Miyamoto, the biggest legend of all of them. So many people, you know, of course, or, you know, he's synonymous with his Mario games, right? With Super Mario and Donkey Kong, maybe, even especially The Legend of Zelda. But there's probably a lot of people out there who like him just because of Pikmin, right? Just because of Pikmin. What other games has it? You know, I'm not even. Oh, Star Fox. Yeah, there's probably a small amount of people who like him for Star Fox. I believe he made F-Zero as well. So there, you probably have some hardcore F-Zero fans who like Shigeru Miyamoto just because of F-Zero. That's how it is with me and Tomonobu Itagaki, this one freaking awesome game that he made that unfortunately never got the praise that it deserved. Didn't sell well, didn't get the marketing it deserved, didn't get the freaking chance that it deserved. The game that, I would say gamers need, but don't deserve. They don't deserve it. They criticize it just because of what stupid critics had to say, what reviewers had to say. Oh, because the graphics weren't that visually impressive, which is dumb as hell. The graphics look fine. You know, this this is a game that we needed, but the rest of you assholes didn't deserve it. You don't deserve a fun game because you're willing to just not give it a chance because of what stupid critics had to say. And so yeah, I mean, here we had just a great game, and I'll always be a fan of Tomonobu Itagaki for it, and I really hope they do something to honor his death. At least Nintendo would do something and just bring this game back and say, hey, here was a great game made by this legendary guy. Here's a fun game that you could pick up now on Switch and Switch 2. I mean, damn, release it for the damn Switch at least, and let it be backwards compatible with the Switch 2. Because I mean, this game could definitely run on the Switch, and with such a huge install base, I mean, it should do pretty well, especially if they market the game pretty good. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think about this one game that should have been more successful. And in my opinion, this is the best Tomonobu Itagaki game. I don't care what anyone says. I think this was his best game because this was so much. It was very, very creative, very different from any other multiplayer game. It was extremely fun. The single player, I never got to finish beating it, but the multiplayer was very fun. The multiplayer was fun. It was chaotic. It was way better than anything Call of Duty had to offer. So, yeah, rest in peace, Tomonobu Itagaki. It really sucks that a cool guy like that passes away, and I'm sure he might have some some successor who will continue to make games that would be very similar to what he was known for. And I really hope they do bring back this game. Devil's Third, they got to bring back this game for Nintendo only. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'm a little bit late on it, but just wanted to give a shout out to this legend and for making me a fan of his with just this one game. Sometimes that's all it takes, one game. And I was a big fan of his, and I'll always be a big fan of his. And maybe I'll try another game from Team Ninja or one of his older games, but for now, I just really hope they bring this game back. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Please hit like, hit subscribe, even if you disagree with me. Do all of that just because it's going to boost the algorithm. Leave as many comments as you can, and let me know what you agree and disagree with, and whether you want to see this game again. Till next time, take care.